Our story begins with a power outage on a residential street. The houses are dark and the street is quiet. The power has been out for a few hours now, and people are beginning to worry about how to stay cool, as the temperature outside is sweltering hot. They're also starting to worry about their perishable food items and medicines stored in the refrigerators and freezers. In this video, we'll be discussing the advantages and disadvantages of using solar or gas generators during a power outage. With the obvious changing and unpredictable weather we're all experiencing, frequent power outages are becoming a common occurrence. It's important to know your options for backup power. Solar generators have several advantages. They are eco-friendly, silent, and low maintenance. They don't require any fuel or produce any emissions, which makes them a great option for those who are environmentally conscious. They also don't make any noise, which can be a huge plus if you live in a densely populated area. In fact, they can be used inside the home as there's no risk of carbon monoxide poisoning. And lastly, they require very little maintenance, which means you don't have to worry about replacing parts or refilling the fuel. While full-size solar panels can certainly recharge these generators, most of them come paired with lightweight, portable solar panels. These solar generators, which are essentially large battery banks, come in a variety of sizes from around 300 watt-hours up to 12,000 watt-hours and beyond. Now let's take a look at gas generators. These can be as small as around 900 watts, ranging up into the kilowatt range. These generators use gasoline or propane to produce power. Gas generators have their own set of advantages. They are reliable, powerful, and possibly portable. Gasoline is readily available at most gas stations, which makes refueling easy. And at the time of this recording, propane is also fairly easy to find. These are also portable, which means you can take them with you if you need to evacuate your home. And lastly, they are powerful, which means they can provide electricity to a variety of appliances at once. Both solar and gas generators do have their disadvantages. Solar generators are dependent on the weather and require direct sunlight in order to recharge. If it's cloudy or raining, the generator won't work as efficiently. Gas generators require fuel, which means you'll need to have a stockpile of gasoline or propane on hand if you plan on using it for an extended period of time. The type of fuel you use will depend on the type of generator you own. Some are actually considered dual fuel, which means they can use either gasoline or propane. They must be operated outside and away from any windows, and they are also very noisy, which can be a nuisance for you and your neighbors. To determine the size of a solar or gas generator that you'll need, you'll want to consider the amount of power you require, as well as the length of time you'll need to run the generator. For proper sizing of a solar generator, you'll need to consider the following factors. Daily energy consumption. Determine your daily energy consumption in watts by adding up the wattage of all the appliances you use throughout the day. Peak sun hours. Determine the number of peak sun hours in your location. Peak sun hours are the hours of the day when the sun is strong enough to produce usable electricity. You can find this information online or consult with a solar panel provider. Battery capacity. Consider the battery capacity that you need to store the energy generated by the solar panels. This depends on the amount of energy you use and the number of days you need the system to provide power. We'll provide a link on our resource page to an energy requirement calculator. For the size of a gas generator, you'll need to consider the following factors. Total wattage. Determine the total wattage of all the appliances you plan to power simultaneously. This will determine the size of the generator you need. Fuel consumption. Determine the fuel consumption rate of the generator, measured in gallons or liters per hour. This will help you estimate the cost of fuel. Runtime. Consider the runtime of the generator on a single tank of fuel. This will determine how long you can run the generator before needing to refuel. In general, it's always a good idea to go for a slightly larger generator than you think you'll need to ensure that you have enough power to meet your needs. In conclusion, Both solar and gas generators have their pros and cons. The choice between the two ultimately comes down to your personal needs and preferences. If you're looking for a low-maintenance, eco-friendly option that can be used inside the home, then a solar generator may be the way to go. However, if you're looking for a powerful, reliable option, then a gas generator may be your best bet. Whatever you choose, make sure to have a backup power source in case of emergencies. This wraps up another video about getting informed as it relates to your emergency preparedness. Check out our website to learn more about getting informed, making a plan, building a kit, and staying informed so that your family's prepared when a disaster happens.